Now Our Life has been the makings of this CBD. It's put life back into it, put vibrancy and certainly encouragement of people to try and do the right thing. And I think that's a real plus for our city, is to see people actually taking an interest in the CBD again. Well, certainly groups are working together, and that's the main thing for our city, is to see people and groups working together for the betterment of the city. So not only council staff, our volunteers, our CBD Revitalisation Committee, Now We're Alive, you name it, all those groups have now got together. The Chamber of Commerce, of course, is doing some great things as well with the fairy lights and things that we have in the city. It's all happening. I believe you couldn't get a seat there as we speak today. I was just told by one of the councillors she couldn't even get into the Civic Centre this morning because it was so full. So congratulations to the club who's managing it. Congratulations to the community who are utilising the Civic Centre. That's important for us all. It certainly was a big project, not only for the volunteers, but not only for the club itself, but also by the state government giving us funding for the Mollymook extensions and the additions there. A great benefit to the community. It's been well used, well patronised, as I say, a great addition. Well, we always said roads was number one importance, roads and footpaths, and we put in a special rate for that. And the total funding of that has gone to roads and footpaths. We will continue to do that because it's still a number one priority. We can't keep up with the road system as it's breaking away, particularly with the floods, but we're very conscious that the road network is so important to us because we have no other form of transport.
Yeah, look, the capital expenditure in our general fund operations was well over 40 million in the last financial year. And that's about 20% more than what we were traditionally doing a few years ago. In the last 2 years, we've actually been able to spend more, get more on the ground, and about 20%, so that's great. But things like the major works at the Nowra Aquatic Park, it's over 7 million spent on that project, and it's now operational. We've completed the Ulladulla Civic Centre. Major roadworks, Bowlong Road, Juroa Road, we've started works on Turpentine Road, some streets in Berry, Coolangatta Road, Pyrie Lane was major works, and Main Road out at Camberwarra. There was over 3 million spent on resealing roads right through the whole city, so that was great. And we had some major works on some public buildings, fixed up work at Kids Corner building, Mollymook Surf Club was finished. We did some major works out at the Aviation Technology Park, about $2 million in infrastructure, and that was to support new land subdivision and attracting industry and job creation. Our community pathway project continued, and a great success with the community doing works on the ground and council providing the cost of materials and things like that. Jellybean Park was a great success in Nowra CBD. We also had some major drainage works undertaken at Rennie's Beach at Ulladulla, out at Errol Bay, Orion Point, and of course in the water and sewerage area, both of those areas there was almost 15 million in each fund spent on major capital works, renewal of mains, renewing and improving pump stations and the like. In general fund, council finished with a surplus of about 470,000, and that was a really good result. But I just remind everybody that the general fund operating statement is still in a negative territory. When you bring in depreciation and you discount the grants that were for capital works, we still end up in a deficit situation of a bit over $3 million. Well, we've got a really good discipline with the staff, and they're very cost conscious, and we run really tight cost controls. We look for savings whenever we can, And we were fortunate, we did pick up additional revenue from some of our sources, like interest on investments. Yeah, look, in the financial year, we achieved another 4.6 million in savings. Primarily, that's been delivered through a reduction in staff numbers and smarter procurement, especially in the power and electricity and telecommunications area. We've made substantial savings. And again, we've tried to get extra revenue from interest on investments or from revenue from leases of towers and things like that.